emergency exit opened onto every room where anyone had ever lied. Case File TR4009. The following record was assembled from witness statements, county archives, dispatch audio, and 3 items recovered from the locked evidence freezer beneath the old municipal building in Lowry Mill. The registry does not certify the events as natural, criminal, or theological. It only confirms that each person named in this file was alive when the first statement was taken, and that not all of them remained that way by the final review. The town merged to avoid the north stairwell by pretending it was ordinary. Children rode past it on bicycles. Deputies parked beside it to eat dinner from paper bags. Couples used it as a landmark when giving directions, as if naming a thing often enough could keep it harmless. But every map drawn before 1983 left a blank spot where it stood, and every map drawn after 1983 showed a different shape. The first witness was Mara Voss, night clerk at the last motel before the county road drops into Pine Barrens. At 2:17 in the morning, she heard someone knocking from inside the motel ice machine. The machine had been unplugged for 6 years. The knocking followed a pattern: 3 slow taps, 1 scrape, then a whisper asking for a room with no windows. Mara thought it was a prank until the metal chute opened and a child's molar slid into the plastic tray, cold enough to smoke in the summer air. By sunrise, the sheriff had bagged 17 teeth, a strip of wet wallpaper, and a motel key stamped with a room number the building had never had. That key is evidence item A. It fits every lock tested on it, but only from the inside. When turned from the hallway, it does nothing. When turned from within a room, it opens onto a place the camera cannot hold. Green carpet, a humming ceiling, and a row of doors with breathing gaps underneath. The registry arrived after the 3rd court. Dispatch recordings show ordinary panic at first. Then the voices change. Callers stop describing what they see and begin apologizing for what they remember. A retired teacher confesses to burying a field trip permission slip that came back signed by a dead parent. A mechanic admits every car he repaired that week returned with mud packed into the glove compartment and a handprint on the windshield facing outward. None of these statements were connected until Mara Voss vanished from the motel lobby during a power blink lasting less than 1 second. Her replacement found the front desk bell ringing under a glass cake dome. The bell was still attached to Mara's right hand. Forensic notes are included here only because the registry believes omission would be more merciful than honest. The hand showed no cut marks. It ended at the wrist in a smooth oval of skin, as if the rest of Mara had never been manufactured. Under the fingernails were fibers from red exit paint, a material discontinued before Mara was born. On the palm, written in ballpoint ink from beneath the skin, were the words, "I checked in already." The town council voted to close the motel, but the closure order returned, unsigned. Every printed copy gained a new paragraph overnight, written in dense legal language, granting indefinite occupancy to a party called the Original Guest. The county attorney burned one copy in his sink. The ash arranged itself into a floor plan. The registry's field team entered at dusk with body cameras, chalk thread, and a simple instruction: do not accept a key. This instruction lasted 11 minutes. At 6:42 p.m., Agent Holden asked who had left a key on his tongue. Video shows no key entering his mouth. Audio records him gagging, then laughing with an elderly woman's voice. He removed a brass tag marked Exit 13 and placed it on the counter. Behind him, every door in the motel opened at once. What followed was not pursuit. It was hospitality. Beds turned down by themselves. Towels folded into the shapes of missing pets. Televisions displayed home movies from houses the agents had never visited. In room 9, the bathtub filled with black rainwater and floated a laminated card listing rules for a pleasant stay. Rule 1: never sleep in the bed you were assigned. Rule 2: if you hear your mother in the next room, answer as your father. Rule 3: checkout is a rumor told by people who have not yet seen the basement. There was no basement on the blueprints. The stairwell appeared behind a vending machine after Agent Holden used the key again. Below it, the team found shelves of guest ledgers. Each page named a person from town, including children not yet conceived. Beside each name was a room number and a condition of occupancy: borrowed skin, unpaid dream, mouth left open, shadow overstayed. Mara Voss's entry had been crossed out. Beneath it, in fresh ink, someone had written, promoted. At 7:05 p.m., the motel sign outside changed from fancy to witness. Residents watching from the road began repeating the same sentence: we always had a room there. Some tried to run toward the lobby. Others tried to dig holes in their lawns, looking for foundations they insisted had been under their houses all along. The local pastor arrived with a box of old baptism records and asked the registry to burn them before they hatched. Agent Holden did not leave the basement. His camera was recovered from a laundry cart 3 days later. The final footage shows him standing before a door labeled with his childhood address. He says clearly and calmly that he can hear his parents setting the table. Then the image tilts down. His feet are bare. The carpet beneath him pulses like a throat. The official containment action was simple. The motel was not destroyed. It was checked out of. Registry personnel placed every recovered key into the ice machine, rang the desk bell once, and apologized for the noise. At dawn, the building became a weed-covered lot with a cracked foundation and no sign that it had ever held guests. Satellite archives still show the roof. Ground photographs do not. This would be where the file ends, if not for the daily audit. Each morning at 2:17, a new reservation appears in the registry database. No clerk enters it. No network connection is active. The name is always someone who listened to more than half of this case file. The requested room is always described the same way. No windows, no mirror, late checkout. If your device screen has dimmed during this recording, do not touch the reflection. If you hear ice drop in a machine you do not own, leave the building without your shoes. And if a brass key appears in your pocket, do not read the number aloud. Final note: a door that remembers you is waiting for you to forget it.